whoa, 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 whoa. What is up, work people? What's up, everybody? Hope everything is amazing for you all as always. I am your host, Honorable OCT Octavius Haye, and this is the WACCast podcast. Before we get into the episode today, please make sure, if you haven't already, to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop new content on the channel. And please also follow the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, so you're notified every time I drop new episodes of the pod on those platforms as well. With that being said, let's talk whack to them. Unfortunately, we have to, start the podcast off this week with the reporting of course, I'm sure everybody knows this, another passing of another rapper. PnB Rock unfortunately passed away at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle in LA. He was there with his girlfriend. A thief came to the store or to the restaurant, wear a mask, put his gun up to him to get his jewelry. I guess when he didn't get it on time, he shot PnB Rock and took his jewelry. At this point in time, as I'm recording, I don't believe that the suspect has been caught, but unfortunately, just continues a trend of rappers being shot and killed and people trying them. We lost a few rappers. We've had rappers' homes being invaded. We've had a lot of rappers being shot, not dying, but it's just getting worse and worse. And I gotta say, man, LA is getting worse and worse. This is not the LA I remember. This is not the LA I grew up in. I mean, of course, there's always been drama, but I don't know. It didn't seem to be like. It seemed like back in the day, you could see famous niggas in the hood and stuff. You could see famous rappers in the hoods and stuff more often, and it wasn't such a big deal about trying to, catch that body on them. At least not from my experience. And out of town, it wasn't such a threat for out of town people, especially. I know they weren't in nice places, but like even Quando Rondo was in Beverly Hills when they came and tried him, and it's crazy, You never used to see gangbangers in nice places like that. They come in everywhere and they don't care. And you got the commissioner of the police in LA saying that they can't guarantee your safety. It's getting real dangerous out there. It's getting really dangerous for rappers. And unfortunately, PnB Rock, he leaves behind his daughter. He leaves behind his family. He leaves behind his girlfriend who was there with him. And, this young man, 30 years old, in the prime of his life, about to, just about to get back into, building his career back up. And he just gets taken so young and so early in life. And it's not fair. It's not fair to that man. It's not fair to his daughter. It's not fair to his family. It's not fair to his loved ones, his friends, man. It's just a sad tragedy. And I've been listening to a lot of people talk about the same thing. It was like, what do? We had these same conversations, always the same thing. We need to address what's really going on. The fact is, we do need to not just address, not just talk about what people are doing or what changes need to be made by actually doing. There's a lot of people with a lot of money who can start implementing these changes, who can start, helping the youth, helping the communities, get better jobs, not have to turn to crime. There's always going to be some people who are sick in the head, but we can make a start by at least making the environment better. Maybe you want to do better. Maybe pass some stricter gun laws, rehabilitation for people instead of just punishment. Try to help them do better. Get them into jobs where you're not just kicking them out of jail after committing a crime and now they're on the street with no hope. And who wants to hire a felon? What good job you gonna get with that? Well, hey, they already got like trade schools and stuff like that they do with prisons. They can do more stuff like that. But yeah, it's shocking how crazy LA is. I grew up in Hawthorne, but we would go all over the place. My mom, she loved to be around. We used to go around Cali, all the nice places, eat at the nice restaurants, go to nice shopping at the nicest places. Hey, you never see no stuff like that. It's only when you went back to the hood, and now it's just like these gangbangers are everywhere. Just be careful to all the rappers, all celebrities, even if you're not the rapper, just anybody who look like they got some money. Even if you're not famous, just be careful, because clearly they have no problem trying you anywhere. And if they see something they want, they will take it. I hope that more artists start to realize, look, you're not too cool to have security. You a name. You are a name. And anybody can get got, man. Nobody's too cool. Nobody's too tough to get got. History would tell you that. So, invest in security, bro. Even if that means, hey, maybe you don't get the biggest cars and the biggest jewelry. You got to save on some money for security. It's worth it because the most valuable thing that you got is your life. You can't replace that. Your loved ones can't replace that. And now, unfortunately, his family has to bury him. At such a young age when it was not expected. It was out of nowhere. He was sitting down eating dinner with his woman or eating lunch with his woman. And I don't like this narrative that I see going around of people trying to blame her. I think it's way too early to be putting blame. It's not her fault anyway because she's not the one who did it. She didn't shoot him. That was his woman. I believe she may have been his baby mother, but if not, that was his woman. She's not the shooter. She's not the one who took his life. She's not the one who came and tried to rob him for his jewelry. So don't put that on her. People trying to say because she posted their location that's how the robbers were able to know where to go. I don't know if the people who robbed him was looking at her page. Maybe they were. I don't know if they were or weren't. Somebody could have been snitching. Somebody could have saw them driving there. Somebody could have been in the restaurant. One of the cooks or one of the customers. You never know. So don't put that on her. And even if it was that, it wasn't on purpose. It was no malicious intent. So she's already going through it enough. She don't need to hear it's her fault that the love of her life is dead. That's just not cool, man. It's not cool. It's bullying. It's unnecessary. Again, she was not trying to get this man killed. Things happen. We don't even know if that's what happened. It could have been a number of other reasons or ways that they knew that he was there. Not just from her posting the location of what Roscoe's they was at. But the thing is, I will say that two things can be right. And while it's not PnB Rock girlfriend's fault that he was shot. This is also a learning curve for women to know, like, you got to be careful. I remember it's a scene in the Godfather where the Godfather title character he says to Michael, he says, women and children can be foolish but not men. But unfortunately, in this day and age where we're so connected, women, y'all got to pick up that slack. Y'all can't be posting y'all locations with y'all man and y'all still there. Y'all got to be a little more careful. Y'all got to be cautious. Y'all got to listen to a man when he be like, I don't want to go in that area. Hey, don't wear that outfit. A lot of times you see a lot of times it happen. Men could get caught up because of women. Y'all don't take things as serious a lot of times as men do. And this is not to bash women or not to put it on her. It's just to say we all got to be careful. We need to start listening and start being aware of who we are, who you are, and where you're at. Where you are, or where the location is, where you trying to go. What's the risk, versus the reward. Some chicken, you ain't got to go to that Roscoe's. Go to another one. Have it delivered to y'all. Y'all got money. Y'all want some Roscoe's chicken and waffle? Have them bring the Roscoe's chicken and waffle to a nice place. Ask if they rent out the table or something. Y'all can eat y'all Roscoe's chicken and waffles in a nice restaurant, nice establishment. But again, not to put no blame on her at all, but just ladies, please, and be cautious with your man, especially if your man is somebody who got money, who's a known person. They can't move like ordinary people. That's the cost of getting at all this extravagant lifestyle. And men, please be careful out there. Anybody, again, it's not even if you famous, just if you have something worth losing, if you are something, or even if you're not like a big baller, just out in these streets, it is tough, and we all have to be alert and watch for him and making sure everything is cool. So again, rest in peace to PnB Rock. My condolences to his family, his loved ones, and I just hope that we do better. We got to stop this violence. We have to actually try to do something to improve all our communities. Okay, so we're going to end this with a little bit lighter news. Everybody, I'm sure, has seen Ray J wilding out on the Kardashians. So I guess Ray J's tired of this narrative that he is the one who leaked the tape, that he believes that everybody that thinks that way. I know in the black community, we've been saying that Kim and her mom on some shady stuff, and they was a part of that. But Ray J still, nevertheless, feeling like his name's being dragged through the mud. Recently, with the Kardashians down there on Hulu, they had the storyline of Haye having to get the rest of the sex tapes for Kim, and it makes them look like Ray J's blackmailing them. And then I believe Kris Jenner went on somebody's show and took a lie detector test that was asked if she had any part in the sex tapes, which she said no, and they said that was true. So Ray J, hearing all that, was like, all right, enough's enough. He comes out. He's on live or whatever he was on. He's recording himself. He going through the whole story. Pretty much, he says that they filmed multiple sex tapes, and one of them, Kris told them to go shoot another one, so they have options. And then Ray J says that Kris Jenner reviewed the sex tapes and said the one that we end up seeing is Kris Jenner was like, put that one out. It makes Kim Kardashian look better. Ray J was like, the mom was rushing him to sign the contracts, and Kim signed on his behalf, and he got all the paperwork. He's showing the signatures, so like this is Kim's handwriting. Pretty much Ray J is setting the family out, and he's ready to go to war. War by lawsuit. Ray J just don't care. He ready for it. And this was like, everybody laughing. It was like, wow, Ray J is wilding right now. But the thing is, when you look at the Kardashian family, they really have gotten big off of that since that sex tape. They took that and used that to get the reality show, and then have their name, brand, be so powerful that other people want it. And they became like socialites attached to things. Now they getting their own businesses and making millions and billions of dollars. And it all does start from Ray J's member, his little man. It's all off of Ray J that they're able to do this. And maybe some of the narratives have been made to make Ray J look bad recently. I would say that WACC hasn't helped by the way he talks and about, I'll release this and don't tell me I don't got this, and bringing light to stuff that probably wouldn't have been brought to light if it wasn't for WACC. At the same time, I understand where Ray J is coming from. If he tired of feeling like the Kardashians are against him and are trying to make him look bad, and if he wants to sue and if he wants to come forward and show all this evidence, I guess that's his right. I don't know what the contract was saying, if he's in breach or not, but that's what he did. He posted the text messages between him and Kanye when Kanye was trying to get the sex tapes back from Ray J, showing the whole thing of him. He wanted to help. He's trying to get this out the way. Pretty much Ray J say trying to clear his name. He got kids. He don't want his kids to think bad of him. Ray J was like, I couldn't even get with Keisha Cole because y'all was messing with me. Keisha Cole didn't want to mess with me. She didn't want to send me no sexy pics. Ray J was like, women didn't want to send me nudes because of this. So Ray J's been having it tough. And one thing about Ray, I think a lot of people forget, before Kanye was ranting, it was Ray J ranting about Fabulous and him fighting in Vegas. So Ray J know how to, before it was Soulja Boy, Ray J was out there ranting. Ray J know how to rant online, or he know how to rant and rave and talk his point, and that's what's going on right now. So we're gonna see if a lawsuit comes from this, if more facts come from this. I think it's crazy about Kris Jenner watching the tapes, but honestly, I'm not surprised. I mean, if you ever watch the show, she's known for pimping her kids out. The kids, they talk about it, they laugh about it and joke about how she pimps them out. They even say, Kim Kardashian used to be Kris Jenner's favorite, but now Kylie Jenner is her favorite, and that's because Kylie's younger and she's making, at least at the time, was making the most money. I don't know, she might still be with her makeup line, and just she was like her as Kylie Jenner was like the biggest thing ever for a minute there. So I'm not surprised. It's sad, and like I said, I do believe that Kim regrets the tape now, but I think then she was younger. She wanted to be famous. She wanted to be successful. She wanted to be in the limelight, the spotlight. She didn't want to be Paris Hilton's worker. She wanted to be bigger than Paris Hilton. She's become bigger than Paris Hilton. I do think that she regrets it, but it's happened, and there's no taking it back. And clearly, her mother doing this shows you just what kind of parent she had to make her want to do this, to make Kim want to put herself out there for the world to see. You see how she could have came to that because her mother was for it and was coaching her along. It makes sense now as to why Kanye is so nervous about his daughters being around that family, who have shown that they have no shame. They'll do whatever they have to for fame. I mean, look at Kylie's face. She was like a kid when she started getting work done. Now she has a weird face. She's trapped herself to have to wear makeup because that face is scary. She's looking like Michael Jackson without makeup. And so I can definitely understand why Kanye doesn't want his daughters around that. Again, though, Kanye, you chose to be with the porn star. So you have to live with that. You chose to marry and put 4 kids in it, so that's your fault. And Ray J, same thing. You chose to get in bed with these people. Now, you may not have known what you were dealing with, but you had to have some idea once you saw the mama telling y'all to make another sex tape and she picking the sex tape that's the best one. You had to have some kind of idea how ruthless these people were. But I mean, hey, Ray J was young too. But this is entertaining me. I'm into it. I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen. Or are they going to go to court? I can't talk right now. Are they going to go to court, or is Ray J just talking? We'll see. WACC hasn't been saying too much about it, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows if Kim's side is going to have some groundbreaking evidence to go against what Ray J's saying? Like I said, I'm all into it. Either way, it's just more ratings for the Kardashian show. So that's our show for today. A little light this week. Again, rest in peace to PnB Rock. Condolences once again to his family. Yeah, man, I want to thank y'all so much again for tuning in, getting this WACC wisdom. Please tune in next week to get a little bit more. You know, subscribe to the channel, follow Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. And this is the WACCast podcast. I am whacking off.
It's the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack
It's
to me.
the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.